Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome or welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making pepper steak. Now this is a great way to add some color and nutrition to your meals. Pepper steak cooks up in no time and creates one savory dish. So let's get started.
So jumping right into this recipe, one of my favorite things about it is that it doesn't take much time to make. Most of the time in this recipe is all for prep. So starting off, we're going to need one large red bell pepper and one large green bell pepper. To make this slicing job easy, I like removing the top and the bottom parts of the pepper first, cutting away the inner flesh within each bell pepper, and then taking a sharp knife and slicing the rest of the pepper into long, thin slices. We want to aim for similar sized pieces with both the red and the green bell peppers. Having these pieces the same size allows them to cook more evenly. So once they're sliced, you want to set those aside, and we're also going to need one large garlic clove that we want to finely chop to create those minced bite-sized pieces. Now on to the first phase of our cooking. We want to heat 1 teaspoon's worth of vegetable oil in a large pan over medium-high heat, or 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. Once the oil is hot, we want to add in our sliced peppers and season them with a thin sprinkling of salt and black pepper. Allow these to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes or until they become tender, tossing them often for an even cook. And once our peppers are cooked, we want to remove them from the pan and set this aside. Now in a small bowl, we want to whisk together a 1/4 cup's worth of soy sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of granulated white sugar, 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch, and a 1/4 cup's worth of water, whisking them all until they're well combined to create the sauce for our pepper steak. Now the main piece of our dish, we need 1.25 pounds worth of flank steak. We're going to season the flank steak with a thin layer of salt and black pepper on both sides, pressing that seasoning into the meat. And now we want to thinly slice the flank steak. Your goal here is to aim for bite-sized pieces. I like cutting the meat into about this size, but feel free to slice it to your own preference. Now in a large frying pan or a wok, we want to add in 2 teaspoons worth of vegetable oil and allow that to heat over high heat or 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 232 degrees Celsius. Once that oil is hot, we want to add in our steak and allow this steak to cook for about 5 to 6 minutes or until each piece has browned slightly. Now we want to add in our minced garlic as well as 1 teaspoon's worth of ginger paste and allow these to cook for an additional 30 to 45 seconds, stirring the pan or the wok often. At this stage, we want to add in our cooked peppers back into the pan, stirring until all the ingredients are well distributed. Now, add the sauce to the pan and stir it into the rest of the ingredients. Bring the pan to a simmer and allow this to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes or until the sauce is thickened. And a word of advice, before adding the sauce, you want to make sure you stir it once more, as the cornstarch in it likes to settle at the bottom. So you definitely want to make sure that that's well mixed before adding it to the pan. But with those final steps, your pepper steak is ready to be served and enjoyed. And just like that, you've made an amazing Asian takeout dish right at home. I like serving this alongside a bed of rice. If you want to elevate this dish even further, try substituting the flank steak with a sirloin steak. And you can always mix up what type of bell pepper you use as well. But when you do try this recipe at home, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish.
As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 4, Enhancing Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make pepper steak at home. And if you did, make sure you smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to show support for this channel. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button too to see more recipes just like this one. And sharing is caring, so if you enjoyed this recipe and think someone else will too, Feel free to share this with all your family and friends.
And stay tuned for next week where I show you actually one of my favorite fish meals to make, my coconut basted red snapper. It's so delicious, it melts in your mouth, and it's really easy to make. Well, I just wanted to say thank you all for watching this recipe. I appreciate all the support you guys show my channel. It really means the world to me, and you guys keep me motivated. You can always check out my recipes on my page now. YouTube thinks you'll like these videos, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.